A lot of people find the topic of abortion very difficult to talk about, especially if you're being intellectually honest and you're accounting for the tough questions that both sides have. But let's just simplify this real quick. I have a problem with a certain thing that just got exposed about oral abortion. There was a young lady who took pills to aid an abortion because she couldn't get the physical one done. And she ended up developing sepsis and she did pass on. So three lives were lost in that one. Uh, Real quick, it was the Clinton administration that pushed so hard for the public to have access to oral abortion methods. And if you think about how long ago the Clinton administration departed, why would somebody have passed on just recently because of taking an oral abortion? This is part of why going back to the states is important too, because there are people who are pro life and they probably will actually move to another state if it reflects their values and if it reflects their protections, and you don't have to worry about a child deciding on their own that they're going to take an oral abortion method and develop sepsis and not say anything because they're a kid and they're scared. Protections for our children against things like that could be very important to consider. Yeah, Roe v. Wade being repealed will lead to certain people disproportionately finding themselves in circumstances that aren't in their favor. However, let's not act like many of these cases aren't people who just don't know how to close their legs and feel like they're pulling weeds, and it's very convenient to pull weeds when they get encumbering. Can we value life a little bit too? Can we think about the unborn? Why is it so many different people, even people who don't belong in this country, even people who don't have a stake in this country, have more rights than the unborn? When do we start to value the unborn? We always tie this subject to victims of circumstances that are very low on the statistics in comparison to people who use abortion for convenience. Shouldn't we take a second look at abortion for convenience and try to discourage that as much as possible? One of the things that happened when Bush was pushing for stem cell research was the debate started, and we talked about the ethics of stem cell research and how it would lead to babies being parted out and experimented on. I believe that's actually happening. You can argue with me about it, you can argue with other people about it, but I've seen some statistics that lead me to believe that there is a wholesale of aborted babies for different reasons. And it doesn't all have to do with stem cells either. But it does have to do with a lot of research and a lot of behind the scenes deals. And it's a very lucrative business. Do you know how many abortions are being performed per year now? It's ridiculous. The disregard of human life is disgusting to me. When are you guys going to champion for the one voiceless crowd out there that can't fight for their life? When are you guys going to do that? If you care about everybody so much and you care about children so much, when do the unborn matter to you? Wolfman out.